Hey guys, what's up? Today I am back in the office, and if you hear cartoons on, my son is home from school today. So we are on day 18 of the 30-day reset. So for those finding me on YouTube, we are over at Oil This by Jenny, the Facebook group, where I give daily education on essential oils and essential oil products, and also just life tips. Okay, so this 30-day reset is three distinct phases. One is the reset phase, the detox phase, which we're in now, and then we'll be doing the nourish phase very shortly to finish it up. So I congratulate all those people who have stuck with it so far. And today we're talking about this concept of do not disturb. Okay, so far we did a lot of pre-cleansing and kind of setting up our minds and bodies to do the cleanse, and the cleanse is involved with not only clean eating but also supplementation. And as we go through the cleanse of our bodies, you really start to develop these amazing habits, right? To just clean up your entire life. And as we go through this detox phase, where we've been talking about detoxing the skin, detoxing the body, the mouth, all these things, but we're kind of heading, as we head into the nourish phase, we're kind of heading into detoxing parts of our life. Okay, so there was this phrase that I kept hearing, years and years ago, and it was, "You are the result of the 5 people you hang around the most." And I always remembered that. And then about 3 years ago, it really hit me. Like, I really wrote down on a paper all the people, like the 5 people I see almost every day, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is toxic. Like, I need to change this. And it took a while, but I took steps every single day. It was always conscious in my mind that if I want to become a certain type of person, if I'm the result of the 5 people I hang around, like, I have to be hanging around, different level of people. And so it's amazing how, when you have that awareness, how that shifts. Okay, now Tony Robbins, I went to what am I trying to say? Seminar of his, like a workshop, a big event, 2 years ago, and he always says, "Enemy of execution is complexity. The enemy of execution is complexity." And what this means to me is that when you have so much going on in your life, or when you have, people in your life that seem to just kind of bring you down, or that you're seeing constantly, then that makes a lot of complexity in your emotions, in your mind, in your heart. And we have to start eliminating that, like being minimalistic about that kind of thing. You can start with the physical, right? That's always helpful, is to just clean up your physical space, clean up, start by different rooms. But that also means just getting to know what's going, like really assessing, maybe journaling, brain dumping, brain downloading, all the things that you have to do every single day, every single week, every month, really just taking assessment of that. So today we're talking about this concept of do not disturb, and this will be a quick video, but I did just want to give you a little intro to kind of what's coming up for the rest of the cleanse, in addition to all the supplements that we're doing on Facebook. So I want to talk about owning your life in that way. And we're going to start today, but we're going to continue on the cleanse. And today is going to be really the resetting of our phone in particular. And because this was a big game changer for me. I've always been pretty anal about categorization. Like, my life feels better when things are categorized. If I have my essential oils, and I've taken a bunch with me, like in my purse, and then I put them on the counter or by the TV, or, and then I can't find them, like, I go nuts. So I always try to make sure at the end of the day, I'm emptying all the bags I took out for the day, and I'll put them back in the categories behind me over there. In terms of, like, here's the blends, here's the regular plants, this is in alphabetical order, just so you can quickly do it. Otherwise, you just go nuts every day, and I'm sure you can relate to me. This is the same with stuff in the kitchen. Like, categorization is very helpful when it comes to keeping your life in order. So, so we have to kind of categorize, our life, but also the things on our phone. So if you look at your phone, and I'm using my phone right now, or else I'd show you. But if you look at your phone, right, it always used to drive me nuts when I would just scroll through apps. So I started making categories of like workout, food, shopping. What did I call one? I actually called one organization, because it's like where I organize my work. So it has different apps like Evernote, which is what I take notes on. It has some of my photo editing things in there. So whatever categories work for you, you put all in one page on your phone, like right on the desktop. So you're not scrolling. So for any of you who have parents who, came to the social media thing, or at least the smartphone late, like I use my mom's phone. She's like, can you help me find? And I was like, oh my God, Mom. So I like had to, categorize her. So that would be the first step that I would take in terms of like turning off the noise, do not disturb. The reason we called this Do Not Disturb is because I use my Do Not Disturb every single night. It goes on from, yes, sweetie?
Can I make a jump for...
Yeah, you can use that for a jump. Yep, for your monster truck. So funny. Qu'est-ce que je voulais dire? What was I saying? So the phone and, oh yeah, so the Do Not Disturb. So I do not disturb my phone, right? Turn that setting on around 10 p.m. and it doesn't ring until 8 a.m. Because around 6 I get up and then I meditate, and so 8 kind of like shows me like I'm ready for the day. But I also time block during the day, so I'll use that that Do Not Disturb setting very often for my time blocks. As an entrepreneur, those of you who work for yourself, you're time blocking, so you're very, very focused. You're using focused little snippets during the day. Now, for those of you who work for somebody else, and maybe you have a big project coming up, or maybe you're trying to start your own business, and this would be a good thing to do like at the end of the day, or whenever, morning or lunchtime, whenever you're using those times to start your new projects. So the Do Not Disturb is huge. And then you can custom make it so like my family can get through, Kello's school can get through.
Maybe I should get something else to make for it.
Okay, can you give me 1 second? Because I'm just doing this video, remember? And I said, please do not disturb me. Can you hold on 1 second?
Can you
Okay.
get something?
Yeah, just use all the pillows and the blankets, okay? Then get my yoga mat right there, okay? So, so I was realizing that the phone is actually the antidote to fear. Like, what did we do before fear? So I think of the phone as an addiction. And when people have fear in their lives and they aren't confident in themselves, they're not confident in God, they don't have a spirit life, they turn to things like sex, like alcohol, like drugs, like, you name it, overeating. And the addiction now, the biggest addiction is our phone, okay? And people don't realize it, but there's been all these studies I found that people, what was it? People who check their phone, like I think it was about 80 times per day, and they have what's called low time perception. So they're very scattered, the people who check it a lot, right? They might, go to the bathroom or take a break, and like the first thing is they check their phone. But successful people who have the high scores, the time perception scores, are calm, they're focused, they're serene, they look you in the eye, right? These type of people. And they might really value downtime. So Kyle Cease is an author who wrote The Illusion of Money. And he's someone who says, I get up in the morning and I think I have to call all these people. Like I have all these things in my mind that I have to call these people. He goes, and then I sit and meditate for an hour. And I realized I don't have to call any of those people back, right? So the more time that you actually spend in what's been called the unknown, right? Or just for those of us who meditate, the power of now, you could call it. But I like to think about it as this unknown, because everything that you've ever done to create the life you have right now, you did it somehow, right? And yet now that we're in our 20s and our 30s and our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we have all this experience that we know, right? We have all experience. So we judge our perception in our life and what we take the next step based on what we know. But most of our life we've kind of spent in the unknown. You see what I mean? Or maybe you were always in the known and you always take steps based on what you know, but how cool is it to be able to find so much space and confidence and love within yourself that now you're starting to make decisions and taking steps, even though you're scared to do it, like you do it anyway. Okay. So Gandhi has this quote. He said, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are all in harmony. And I find that the same way. Like when I have been meditating for a while and I can smell and hear and feel and see, and all my senses feel like they're in harmony, I am so much better of a person. I'm so much more focused, right? So just 3 steps I kind of wanted to have you do today for Detox Day 18 as you're taking all the supplements and the GX Assist and all that. That the first thing is to clean up the screen. Okay, you want me to take this off? Okay. The first thing is that you clean up the screen on your phone. The second thing, and so that means, pulling. You want to sit up here for a sec? Can you do me a favor? Can you be a nice boy while I do this for you? Right? Can you just be a nice boy for a second? I'll take this off. So the first thing is clean up your screen, putting all your apps into categories. The second one is turn your notifications off unless you have notifications like for your calendar that you need to stay on task. Now the third thing we're going to elaborate on later in the cleanse, so stay tuned. But the third thing is to actually plan your day the night before, okay? And if you're an entrepreneur, you would actually plan not only your month, but you plan every week. And then you actually check in to see every, day, the day before. Oh, look what I did. Oh, almost done. The week before you check in the day before, and then when that day is complete, you check in to see if you've done it. Okay, so again, clean up your screen, go into putting all of your apps and categories on your first page of your phone. The second one is just go to settings, turn off all the notifications, even go to Facebook and start minimizing the notifications that you're getting there, because it's such a waste of time. And then the third one is to plan your day the night before. So far, just kind of plan it the night before, and then later we'll go into more of like going back a week, going back a month for those who need a little more help with the planning. Okay, so that was a little longer video today, but we're really getting into the kind of like details of the detoxing and nourishing phase. So wanted to set you guys up with a good foundation there. So hope you guys are enjoying the cleanse. Comment below and head on over to Oil This by Jenny Facebook page and see what else we are getting on over there. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.